G'day guys, my name's Dave and welcome to another Guitars Ready Hero song tutorial. In this lesson, I'm going to teach you how to play Better Days by Bryan and John Mayer, which is an awesome tune. I'll teach you all the rhythm guitars on the acoustic, but also all the main lead guitar parts played by John. For the basics, you'll just need a guitar and standard tuning and you won't need a capo. Now, if you want to master your chords back to front, then be sure to head over to guitarsreadyhero.com to pick up my free guitar ebook. And finally, this video simply teaches you one song, but if really understanding and learning the guitar is something you always wanted to do, but you didn't know where to start, then be sure to check out the Guitars Ready Hero Premium course and membership, which gives you all the guidance to play with confidence. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. Let's jump into the lesson. Okay, so let's start with all the rhythm guitar on the acoustic. There's just 3 chord progressions that we need to learn for this entire song. So let's start with the verse, which is also used in the first little break. We're going to start with an E chord. It's technically an E5 over B, but we're just going to call it an E for simplicity. Now the way Bryan plays this is he bars his index finger across the 7th fret of the 6th and 5th string, and a ring and pinky finger go on the 9th frets of the 4th and 3rd string. And you leave your 2nd and 1st strings open. So this is our E chord, technically an E5 over B. Now when Zach plays this, he's really just sort of focusing on the 5th string onwards. If you happen to hit the 6th string, that's okay as well. Now we're going to play this with a simple strumming pattern that goes like this. Down, down, up, up. Or 1 E and a 2 E and a. In its succession. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. We're going to play that twice for the E chord. Our next chord is technically called a G sharp minor, flat 6 over D sharp, but I'm just going to call it a G sharp minor. It's the exact same shape, but we move it up to the 11th and 13th frets. So it's a beautiful sounding chord, and again we're going to strum it for 2 strumming patterns. Next we'll go to an A chord, so it's an A bar chord like this, but you only really need to focus on the 6th, 5th, 4th and 3rd strings. It doesn't really matter if you don't bar the 2nd and 1st strings with your index finger. So it's the same shape as an F major chord, but just up at 5th and 7th. Play that for 2 strumming patterns, and then we return to our E. So those are our 4 chords, really nice and simple. And altogether, the verse chord progression will just sound like this. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Next we get to chorus 1, which is also the same as chorus 2. We have 2 lines of chords here. We're going to start with a C sharp 5. So it's the same as our E chord, but we're just going to move it down to 4th and 6th frets. And we are just going to really focus on these 3 strings, the 5th, 4th and 3rd string. So with your index finger, lightly rest it above all the other strings, like the 2nd and 1st, and that way they'll be muted. So when you strum all these strings, only those ones that fretted will ring out. And we don't want our 6th string ringing out either. So with your index finger, you can have it reaching up so it's lightly touching the 6th string as it frets down that 5th string. So that's C sharp 5, and then we go to B5, and that's in 1 bar. So each of those chords is played with just our 1 strumming pattern. And then we go to an A chord. So you can play that like that, or you can just use your index finger to bar it. And then an E major chord. So the first line of chords. That line of chords is played through 4 times, and at the very end we just include 1 extra strumming pattern of the E. So that final bar is actually in the 2/4 time signature. It's not 4/4. There's only 2 beats in that particular bar at the end. If you want to see chorus 1 and 2 in context, and skip to the playthrough at the end of this lesson. Now the final chord progression that we need to learn is used in the first solo and the 2nd solo, and it's really nice and simple. There's just 1 line of chords. So we're going to play a D5, so it's the same as our C sharp 5, but just up 1 fret here, 5th and 7th frets, then to our A chord, and then our E chord for 2 strumming patterns. So this final chord progression. Now for the first solo, that's just played through twice, but for the second solo, it's played through 4 times. Finally, the last chorus is the same as chorus 1 and 2, except we are cutting out that final E chord. We're just playing the main chord progression through 5 times, and that's it for the rhythm guitar. Okay, so let's start with the intro lead, and this is quite simple. There's just 2 bars of music here. In terms of tone, I just got a clean amp channel and I'm using some reverb. That's pretty much it. I'm using my neck pickup here. Now to start off this lick, we're going to hit the 12th fret of the second string, so the B note, and we're going to hit it and bend it up a full tone. So the target pitch is the 14th fret of our second string. So if you want, you can just hit that 14th note to get a reference point. So we're bending up to that and releasing. And we're going to bend up and release at 16th notes. So 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. So I kind of stop it at about the 4th beat. And then after that, for our second lick, we'll go to the 13th fret of the 3rd string, hit that, slide down to the 11th, 9th fret, and then back up to the 11th, and slide up to 13th. So the second lick. And for the final lick, we'll go to the 11th fret again, hit it, pull off, and then 11th fret of the 5th string. And that's it for the intro lick, which sounds like this. Next we get to the break, which is in between verse 1 and 2, and there's just 1 line of tab here. For this tone, I'm using my bridge pickup. I'm using a crunch amp with an overdrive pedal on it, just a light amount of gain and again some reverb. So we're going to start with the 7th fret of the 2nd string. We're going to have this pre-bent up a full tone and release it after you hit it. So have it bent, pluck that and release it. And then we go down to the 5th fret. So we're going to bend it, release it down, and bend it back up. And then hold it in this position, and then give it a little vibrato. And this lick in total. Now with your bends, don't bend with 1 finger. Especially with this part, you definitely want to bend. You definitely want to bend with at least 2 fingers. With 2 fingers, you get a lot more strength. For the next lick, it starts off a similar way. So the pre-bent note. And then going down to 5th fret, but then we're going to go 6th fret of the 3rd string and do the same bend and release and bend up. For this next lick, we'll go 6th fret of the 3rd string, pre-bent, then 4th fret, and then up to the 7th fret, we're going to do a bend and release and bend. For the final lick, we'll go up to the 11th fret of the 3rd string, we'll bend that up a full tone, and then with our pinky finger, go up to the 12th fret, hit that twice, pre-bend the 11th fret, hit that, release, and then down to the 9th fret, and then 9th fret of the 4th string. And the final lick. And this break section in total. Okay, next we get to solo number 1, and there's 2 lines of tab here. So we're going to start with the 6th fret of the 4th string, and this is a pretty quick run. It's going to be played all at 16th notes, and we start on the end beat after 1. So it's 1 the end. So start that 6th fret note on the end beat. We're going to hit that 7th fret, 4th fret of the 3rd string, 6th, 7th, then 5th fret of the 2nd string. And so far, 1 the end, 2 the end. Then we're going to go 7th fret, then up to 9th fret, back down to the 7th fret, 9th fret of the 3rd string, back up to the 7th fret of the 2nd string, down to the 9th fret, 6th fret of the 3rd string, 9th fret of the 4th. And so the second half. And then we're going to take our middle finger, hit the 7th fret of the 2nd string, slide it up to 9th fret, and end on the 9th fret of the 3rd string. And the lick in total. 1, 2, 3, 4. For the second line tab, we'll then go up to the 12th fret of the 2nd string, and this is played on the R beat after the 1. So 1 the and da. And then we'll go 16th fret of the 1st, 12th fret of the 1st. So, and then there's a slight break there, so a bit of staccato, and then 12th fret and 12th fret of the second string. And then for the next lick, 13th fret of the third string, hit that and slide down to 11th, 9th fret, down to the 11th fret of the fourth string. So, and then with your ring finger, 11th fret of the third string, hit it, slide up to the 13th, and hit the 12th fret of the second string. And we're going to hit that one more time. So the final lick. And the second line of tab. And solo 1 in total. 1. Okay, so next we get to solo 2, and there's 4 lines of tab here. We're going to start with the 9th fret of the third string, and then 8th fret of the second. When you hit that, you kind of want to bend it up a quarter tone. And then we'll go up to the 10th fret twice, back down to 8th, back up to 10th, 8th, 10th, 8th, and so far. And we're going to go back up to 10th, do a full bend, then down to 8th and a quarter bend, then down to 7th fret, 9th fret of the third string, and pull off to 7th. And finally with your ring finger, just hit the 8th fret of the third string and slide up to 9th. And everything so far. For the next lick, we'll go up to the 12th fret on the second string, hit that, then 15th, hit it and bend it up a full tone. And then index finger on 12th fret and back down to 15th of the second string. And then for the next lick, we'll go up to the 12th fret, 14th fret of the second string, and do a quick pull off to 12th, and then down to 14th of the third. And then end on the 15th fret of the second string. And that lick. For the next lick, we'll go 12th fret of the second string, hit the 15th fret of the third, and do a quick slide down to 14th, 12th fret, back up to 4th, back down to 12th, 14th fret of the fourth string, hit the 14th fret of the third, and bend up a full tone. And so far. And then we end by hitting the 12th fret of the third string and 14th fret of the fourth string. And everything for the second line of tab, excluding the first few notes. For the third line of tab, we're going to go up to the 14th fret of the second string, hit this, and then up to 12th fret of the first, and do that twice. 14th fret of the first string, hit it and do a full bend. Release, hit the normal note there, the 14th fret, and then down to 12th. And so far for this lick. And then we're going to go up to the 17th fret, do a 3/4 bend. Release, hit the normal 17th fret. 15th, back up to 17th with the full bend. And to end this line of tab, we'll just go and hit the 15th fret of the first string by itself. So the third line of tab. Now for the fourth line of tab, we're going to start by hitting the 16th fret of the first string and doing a quick pull off to 14th. And then quickly going down to the 13th fret of the third string, hitting that and sliding down to 11th and 9th fret and holding that. And that bit. On the art beat after the 4, we'll then take our middle and ring finger, hit the 10th frets of the first and second string, then 9th fret, 12th fret of the second, and that lick. And for the next part, we'll take our ring finger, hit the 11th fret, slide up, down to the 9th, back to the 11th, and do a full bend, and back to 9th. So this little lick. And for the final one, we'll go 12th fret of the 4th string, 11th, 9th, and 12th fret of the 5th string twice, down to 11th, then the E note, the 12th fret of the 6th string, and then we'll hit the 10th fret, slide up, to the 11th fret, back to our E, and then down to 9th fret, and end on that E. So this lick in total. And the fourth line of tab in total. and a solo in total. And those are all the lead parts to this song. So now I'll be doing a full playthrough of the song with a vocal track on top for some context. A big thanks to my friend Eric for lending his awesome vocals to this playthrough. Feel free to play this back as many times as you'd like to practice, play along to, and see how you go.
I'm in deep on better days. Don't get angry, listen to the sound. Wanna touch my skin, then better days always come back again.
Thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this lesson, then I know you'll absolutely love these other lessons too. So hit the link here, or if you want to grab a copy of my free guitar ebook, then head over to guitarzerotohero.com or click the link here. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys next time on Guitar Zero to Hero. Cheers.